Oi! So yeah, welcome back to the second part of my collection video. We're going to do the D's, D, E, F, G, and I'm skipping H because I've got a couple of boxes of H's and just doing, there's a few random I's. So basically D, E, F, G, and then a couple of I videos. And look, we'll whiz through these again. I don't want to make this tedious, I think I've said that before. So actually, here we go. We'll start with, you're going to find a lot of the George Romero, Land of the Dead, Day of the Dead, etc. And they're all under D's because I just put them under D for Dead. Yeah, is that cool? Alright, so we've got The Descents. Fantastic, you guys know them. Love those movies. Dead in 3 Days. That's a foreign film. Can't remember where from. It was average. Dead Girls, pretty wild. I like that one. Dead Kids. I don't know if that's Aussie. I can't remember if that's Aussie or not. I didn't really like it. Can I tell you that? I've seen some people that like it, but I didn't. Don't Look in the Basement. It was that set in that. Yeah, this is actually, I actually like that. Kind of a bland cover, but it's a real slow burner. I enjoyed it. Day of the Dead. You like that cover? Not your typical cover. Dracula. That must be the Lugosi one. Don't Look Now. That's fantastic. Hopefully there's not too much shadow on those, but anyway. Land of the Dead, you'd know that. Day of the Dead 2, Contagion. No, this is bad. I got that just to try and complete the set. It's got nothing to do with all that George Romero stuff. They just took Day of the Dead 2 and whatever. Day of the Dead, the remake. Awful. Awful movie. Terrible remake. Dark Floors. It's got that band in it. You know what that... Lordy. I think they're in Eurovision. It's actually not too bad. Demons. That's pretty cool. I like that. Dead Birds is fantastic. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But there was that director. That I couldn't remember last time. I think he might have directed this one as well. Oh man, I'm wasting your time here, aren't I? I can barely read this. JT. Anyway, look, I can't find it. I'm so sorry. Let's continue. Let's just say that this is a fantastic film. You should check it out. Might be a bit of glare on that. Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Actually didn't mind that. The Dead Zone's awesome. Like that one. Diary of the Dead, I did not like. I did not like that film. I'm going to move on this side because I seem to be getting some glare. Dark Night of the Scarecrow. That's a great TV movie. Dracula, that must have... what's that guy? He's from that cowboy movie. Anyway, it's not too bad. Devil was alright. That was in a lift. It wasn't too bad. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. That and the remake are both pretty decent. I'm not sure which is better. I kind of enjoyed them both. That's Don't Be Afraid of the Dark remake. That is cool. Dark Skies. I dug that one. Really liked that. Really liked that, actually. Fairly new sci-fi. The Deadly Spawn. That's cool. Cheesy. What have we got here? Dark Star is a great one by Dan O'Bannon and... Anyway, a couple of the guys that actually went on to do the first Alien film. The Dentist's pretty average. Dark Power. Crappy movie, but it's got the most outrageous bullwhip scene you'll ever see in any film at the end. It is glorious. If you like bullwhips. Dementia 13, that's a classic old... Is that Francis Ford Coppola? I think so. Death Ship is very cool. Very old 80s... classic. Delamorte, Delamore, whatever. That's Cemetery Man to you American guys. Which is a great film. Decoys is pretty damn average. I reckon that must be like a sci-fi channel type one. Decoys 2. That one, is that the first one? Anyway, I think the other one was the second one. They're both fairly average. Demons 3, didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. That's the Night of the Living Dead, one of the remakes. How many times they've remade this thing? I just like the original. Dawn of the Dead, the real one. Fantastic. Fantastic film. Drive-In Massacre, it's not too bad from memory. It's not too bad. Driller Killer is cool. Drag Me to Hell, I really like that one. Really dug that a lot. Sam Raimi. Night of the Living Dead, the original one. Deadly Blessings is pretty sweet. That's in one of those, like, I think it's like one of those Amish communities. Wes Craven, an old Wes Craven one. It's very cool if you haven't seen it. Deranged and Motel Hell. They're both great. Don't Go in the House. Oh, that's got some wild stuff in it from memory. There's a flamethrower scene that's pretty intense. Disturbia. That's not bad for a Hollywood type take on Rear Window sort of thing. It's not too bad. Devil's Rejects. I'm not the biggest fan of 1,000, whatever it is, 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects. They're fine, but some people really love them, but not me. Devil Doll, that's an old one. It's reasonable. Night of the Living Dead Reanimated is a very cool one where there's a whole bunch of animators doing small segments to make up the whole movie. It's very cool. Deliverance, you'd know that one, I would suspect. That's some of the D's. Oh, now we'll go to this. This has got D, E, F. A bit of a mix in it. Let's have a look. Oh, Exorcist 3, man. That's a pretty decent film. I actually really did like Exorcist 3. It's one of your snapcases. And it was all damaged and wrecked. What have I got? Oh, that's it there. Yeah, it was a shame. Bought it on eBay or something. But anyway, it's a good film. Good one of the Exorcist series. It really makes up for part 2. Evil Dead, that's the original on Blu-ray. That's the remake on Blu-ray. Really like that remake. I know some people don't like it, but I really did. Dead and Buried is fantastic. That's some special edition, which is really cool. The Ferryman, that was a sweet little find just in a porn store. New Zealand filmed it was. Decapitated, pretty trashy. I don't particularly say go out and get that. Delivery, I thought that might be cool. It's like a found footage thing about a lady having a baby. Wasn't that good. Don't Panic, was that good? Looks like it should have been good from some of these back pictures, but I really don't remember it. Night of the Living Dead, that must be one of the remakes, the Tom Savini one. Oh, look, I just don't know why they bothered to remake those films. Anyway, Demons 2, Survival of the Dead. I quite like this one out of the series. Survival of the Dead wasn't too bad. Delirium, that's got to be one of your old Italian ones probably. I didn't mind it. It does drag a bit from memory. That's the first Friday. All these Fridays will be here. There's another Friday. And I've got that tin, Blu-ray tin that you get in America. I imported that one. Anyway, I don't have it in these boxes. Defenseless, that's a cool Aussie film, dialogue-free Aussie film. Pretty intense. Delta Die, yeah, it's pretty average. Dark Age is an Aussie croc movie, which is not too bad. Death Warmed Up is an Aussie one, which is actually pretty cool, like a bit of a lost classic. It's half decent. Dr. Giggles, oh man, how good is Dr. Giggles? It's a fantastic film. Dr. Crippen with Donald Pleasance. That was a bit of a courtroom drama from memory, which was good, but sorry, it's sort of less horror than you would expect. Army of Darkness, you know that one. Evil Dead. Is that another copy of the Evil Dead? It is. Eric's Revenge, that's got another name. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not too bad. Obama, I got that because of the sweet ass cover. But that's about as good as it gets. The actual movie itself is pretty boring. End Play, that's pretty good. Kind of a bit drama-ish, but it's an Aussie one, it's quite good. Evil Dead 2, how good is Evil Dead 2? I love that cover too, I'm so glad they kept it. I remember having that on VHS. Event Horizon is great, love that. Dominion, sorry about this reflection, it's annoying the hell out of me, but anyway. That's one of the Exorcist sequels, which is not too bad, I guess. The original Exorcist and the second one, which is absolutely hopeless. In a double pack. Lake Eden is fantastic. If you haven't seen that, definitely. That's a British film. It's great film. Exorcism of Emily Rose. Is that the one with Sissy Spacek and stuff in it? There's a couple of these exorcism movies. Can't remember. Eyes of a Stranger. That's half decent. I feel like it might have been a television movie. I don't know. Embryo is pretty bland. I don't really remember that. Eaten Alive. That's a Tobe Hooper one. It's not that good. Eraserhead is sweet. That's a cult classic. Excision's fantastic. We're actually finding some good ones this time. I think the last time we did this, there wasn't, I remember saying a few negative things, but whatever. That's F Friday the 13th, which there is quite a few. There's some Fridays. There's some more Fridays. Basically all of them. More Fridays. Remake, what do you think of the remake? It was alright. Curse of the Fly, I've got all the old Fly movies, Fly, Son of the Fly, Curse of the Fly, whatever they are. They're all pretty good. More Fridays. And then that doco, his name was Jason. Family Demons. I think that was Aussie, and it was actually one of those little gems. Kind of pretty brutal, actually. Return of the Fly. That's probably out of the original series. That's my least favourite. The third one is really my favourite, apart from the original. We're talking about the original series, not the remakes, which are quite good. Also, Frankenstein's Army. I didn't like that. Did you guys like that? I didn't. Funny Man. Oh, right. I've seen this movie about 1,000,000 times. I hired it out years ago on VHS and watched it like 2 or 3 times the very first night I had it hired out. It was that good. And I watch it religiously at least once a year. It is a mad, mad black comedy. It is intense. If you've never seen Funny Man, it's British. It is one of the greatest horror comedies you will ever watch. The remake of Fright Night, I really liked that. I really did like that. Didn't like the sequel to the remake though. Flowers in the Attic. Oh, look. It's alright. Faust, I don't know why I've got this. I'd give this to anyone. I'd put this in the bin actually. Final Exam. That was just, it's an 80s slasher, but it just was too bad for me to really enjoy. Final Destination, I'll have all of them in there somewhere. That's part 5. They're all pretty good. I don't mind. I kind of like them all, really. Don't know if I've really got a favourite. Feast, the Feast series will be in here. Part 2 and 3 are awful. I hate them, but I do like the very first Feast. That's the original Fright Night. But always, you know what? I'd really like to get Fright Night 2. It's so damn expensive. It's out of print. It's got to be at least $100 to get. I should have bought it years ago. Years ago, I saw it for like $30 and thought that's too much, but it just went up from there. The original The Fly. That's good. Another Final Destination. Frogs. Cheesy. Pretty fun though. The Fury, it's not too bad. Brian De Palma. Little on the Carrie side with the telekinesis thing going on. It's not that good though. That's the remake to Fright Night. The remake sequel, which I did not like. Fortress is a sweet Aussie movie I saw as a kid with my mum. I saw it too young. I don't know why I was allowed to watch it. It's about a bunch of school kids that get taken hostage, and it gets intense. It's pretty good, man, if you haven't seen it. If you want an Aussie horror that not that many people would have seen, to get that. Funhouse is okay. It was a bit tedious along the way. I got a bit bored, to be honest. That's another Final Destination. That's The Fly 2, the sequel to the remake. Fourth Kind. Had some potential. I liked all the owls twisting their heads around in that thing, but ended up not being that good. From Beyond is pretty sweet. That's got to be like the Reanimator type guys, or at least that sort of crew anyway. Frightmare. I think that, I can't remember, that might be British. Feast, that's the original one, I do enjoy that. Fly, the remake, which is very good. The remake of The Fog and When a Stranger Calls. I love this remake, When a Stranger Calls. I love it. I saw it at the movies. I think it's great. I don't know what you guys think. The Fog, I was never a big fan of the original, so I'm still not really a big fan of the remake either, but man, I like that. What else do we got? That's the original The Fog. Like I said, it just didn't thrill me. Father's Day, Troma, Filthy Troma. Oh yeah, I love all the Universal Frankensteins, and I like watching other Frankenstein movies too. And this one, out of all the Universal type Frankensteins, this is great. It's got a little bit of time travel in it, and I got a feeling, is this not, what's his name? It's Roger Corman, that's right. I think he even directed this one. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. That's the original Frankenstein. I've got all the Universal monsters in a pack over there in a Blu-ray, including Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. That's what this is on this. Plus House of Frankenstein's on this. I think I watched that. It was, you could imagine how good that was. Freaks. That's good. It's a really old one. This is a pack of those remakes they did of all the Universe ones. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolf, love them all. Especially this Frankenstein, I quite enjoy as well. I just like the story of Frankenstein, to be honest. Final Destination 2, Feast 2, no, don't like it. Frozen, that's what's his name. Hatchet guy, didn't he make that? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We go to the Eyes. Some G's and some I's here. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's, who's in that? Donald Sutherland, I think. It's good. The Initiation is an 80s one, which is fairly... I can't remember much of it. I Spit on Your Grave 2 remake. It's rough. I remember that much. It's really brutal. It's not a nice film. It's Alive, the remake, which was okay. I like the 3 It's Alive films. They're pretty cool. The Innkeepers, man. Is this now? Tell me this is Ty West. Let me get something right here. Yeah, of course it is. This guy knows his horror. He knows his old horrors, and he makes his new horrors feel old, and I love that about what Ty West does. Innkeepers. Slow burner, but absolutely fantastic. Insidious. You know what? I've had Insidious 2 up on the shelf to watch since like the day it came out. I still haven't watched it. That's the end of that story. In the Winter Dark is a great Aussie thriller, horror thriller. Really good. That's a slow burner. But if you like slow burners, that's very cool. Hey, Ginger Snaps, how good are they? I actually like the second one's quite good too. Great American snuff film. Don't waste your time. Ghost Ship. I like that opening scene's pretty awesome on Ghost Ship, isn't it? The rest of it's not too bad. The Ghoul, I think Karloff's in that. It's alright. The Grudge trilogy. I don't know why I bought this. I never liked the Grudge movies. But I bought the trilogy and just recently watched them all. And, you know, I was entertained. Grave of the Vampire is not too bad. An old 80s one. Gate 2. The Gate movies kick ass. And Gate 2 is no exception. Ginger Snaps back. That was the only Ginger Snaps which I just didn't do it for me. I need to watch it again. It's been a long time, but going back in time, it's just all a bit weird. The Gate, the original Gate, yeah, like that. I think I've got a Gate shirt somewhere. Grace is a great mother horror. You know what I mean? Mother that's just had a baby, I guess. It's really good. Ghoulies 4. That's rubbish, but it's not bad. Growth, I have no idea. I don't even remember watching that. Graveyard Shift is great. I remember this as a kid. Stephen King, it's not a bad. There's few Stephen King adaptations that I really love. Pet Sematary is one of them. That other one that I pulled out before, Dead Zone's great. Graveyard Shift's not as good as those other two, but it's pretty good. Girls Against Boys, I actually didn't mind that. It's a little bit spit on your grave, but from memory, not as brutal as those, which makes it a little more watchable. Ghost of Mars, Carpenter. I like that. I saw that at the movies, and it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I really like Anthrax did the soundtrack to that. It's a great soundtrack. I'd love to get it sometime. I don't know. Anyway, Screamers. I did enjoy that at movies too. I watched it more recently and didn't love it though. Ghost House is a cool. Might be Italian. I can't remember, but it's one of those old ones that's pretty cool. The Girl Next Door is brutal, but not that good a film. It has some rough moments. Girls Night Out, I remember, was kind of boring. I think they dress up. Isn't the killer in some sort of stupid bear costume? See that thing there? Let's keep going. It Awaits. It's not that good a movie, but, you know, let's be honest, I don't mind Serena Vincent. Is that wrong to say that? I Spit on Your Grave, the original. Rough as guts, as is the remake, rough as guts. But, you know, anyway, you'll know what I mean. Inside is great. That's rough as guts. We're talking about guts. Look at that. They're going to cut this lady open. It's a lady that's pregnant. It's quite a good film, actually. The Intruder. They're actually showing this somewhere around my place in the next month on the big screen. I should go and see it. It's not too bad. 80s. It's Alive. 3-pack. You know, the first 3. I like these. These are so cheesy and bad, but that's why they're so damn good. Stephen King's It. Talking about Stephen King. I hate that movie. I don't hate it. Okay, that's wrong. I said the wrong thing there. I don't hate it. I like the first half of it where they're kids, and then the second half when they're adults is really boring. They're going to remake it, and that makes no difference to me because it wasn't a film that I treasured anyway. But but for that reason, I'm interested in seeing what they do. I Know What You Did Last Summer. When I saw this as a kid, I saw them at all the three at the movie theater when I was a kid. I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I hated them because they were after Scream, and I thought, what are they doing? But as I've grown older, I love them all, and I actually like part 3 as well. I think that's pretty damn good. That's the second one. We're nearly there, guys. This is a bit long, isn't it? Ginger Snaps, love it. Fantastic film. Girly, that's an old British one, which is pretty sweet. Galaxy of Terror, that's good. Cheesy Roger Corman stuff. Gothic, that's about the what's her name? Frankenstein girl? No, not Mary Shelley. Yeah, Mary Shelley, isn't it? Or Anne Frank? Oh, I can't remember. Must be Mary Shelley. Yeah, of course it's Mary Shelley. It's not a bad story. It's not so much horror. Going to Pieces, I think it's like a horror documentary. Gutterballs is a bit rough, a bit cheesy though. Ghoulies 1 and 2, these are terrible movies, but sometimes fun. God Told Me To is a pretty cool film. And the grand finale, we're really ending on something bad here. Girls Gone Dead, that's terrible. There you go, guys. So we've just done D, E, F, G, and I. We're going to end this video, and then we'll continue maybe next week. We'll see how we go. But once again, thanks very much for watching, and see you in a week's time or so. See ya.